22nd ranked team in the land, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. Coming out with it, it's Tara Pateas. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Bunch formation, trying to confuse the secondary. Gonna run it, it's Dalton. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy, woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality.
Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Using his legs to buy some time. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Oh, it's a reverse. And they're in for a touchdown.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They pushed it out to the 39 after picking up 5.
And that's all you want, right? You want that 1st down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a 1st down, get a new set of downs.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll try the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Leaves it with the back. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. He wants to throw it. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Getting some heat. And they got him for the sack.
It is so beautiful when I get you behind the sticks in guaranteed passing situations, because guess what? I don't have to fire off and play run. I'm going and getting the quarterback and getting him on the ground. That's what defensive linemen live for.
I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Running with power. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the 1st. Let's see what happens next.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block.
Quick catch on third down. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
What a disappointment. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. At midfield, he's got room. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. Movement here from the tight end. To the air on 1st down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what that's about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense set on 1st down. To the ground with the back. Hard running there. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. And the offense will take that penalty and move a little bit closer. Offense in a bunch formation. They move the tight end all over. They want to throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Snares it outside. It's Cherry. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The play action fake. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They've already failed to convert on 4th down once in the 1st quarter. Does it stop them from trying it here? Makes the grab well past the sticks. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. They needed a bunch on 4th down, and boy, did they get it.
And I get aggressiveness. We get aggressiveness. We want to be aggressive, take shots down the field. First half, they felt like 4th and long. No big deal.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Give to the back. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Gets rid of it. Caught over the middle. It's Leon. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Out of the shotgun on third down. He'll try to do it himself. At the 45 on his way. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Bulls his way forward. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Scrambling away. He'll throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Jamison. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
First down for the offense.
The give to the tailback. Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14. Operating in the red zone here on second down.
Brings up second down.
He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. Snags it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Heftiness coming out on the goal line. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Grabbed behind the line. It's Leon. And that's good for the completion percentage and bad for the yardage. They lose ground on that one.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
These last 2 plays have just made you go, what are you doing? 3rd and goal, a chance to set it right. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play. They get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. Offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He leaves it with his back. Shakes off the tackle. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
To the ground. He's got it again.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. He's got it. Oh, look out. There he goes. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Into traffic. It's picked off. The 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown.
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. The home team has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. The Sharks defense is doing all it can to keep this close, hoping that offense will take the lead at some point soon. They're up by a field goal over the Sharks. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do now. Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together. Yeah,
they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. This is a 3rd and long. Leaves it with the running back. Breaks the tackle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Timeout by the defense.
Talk about aggressive. This head coach is keeping the offense on the field inside his own 30. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Pocket starts to collapse. Makes a grab enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. He's going to pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Steps away to find some room. At the 20, he's got space. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. The back goes in motion. From the red zone, looking for a man. The sure hands, it's Watkins. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle, and you can tell.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break.
Clear. Easy.
Here comes the option. He'll toss it.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Yankee blue. Yankee blue.
Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just enough time for one final play in this half.
Fraser. Come on, set.
The option look. He'll pitch it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. About to start here in the second half, Tulane will kick it away. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, an excellent field position for this offense. Offense getting set for first down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. Quarterback on the keeper. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Steps into the end zone for a touchdown. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game. It looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 44-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23.
Will take over first and 10.
The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They'll give it to the back. At the 35, he's got room. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next plays.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Finds his big tight end. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. The toss to the right. At the 35, he's open. Afterburner's coming. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tulane.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Kentucky is comfortably ahead on the scoreboard right now. Frankly, the kind of lead we're used to seeing inside Rupp Arena with the Cats. They're up by 28 over the Sharks. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. They'll throw it on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. They'll try the left side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
He's going to pass on second down. He's going to fire deep. And it's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the score. Touchdown.
Well, in the modern era of college football, you're seeing more and more athletic tight ends. Like what you just saw right there. The defense had no chance covering that guy down the field. He makes them look silly on his way in for the long touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they light up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Karapateas. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the field.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback extends the play, and he just chucks it into the fourth row.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing, big turnover forced by the defense.
Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Obliterates him, still on the move. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Can't get him to the ground. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. It's a reverse. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
1st down for the offense.
First and goal for the offense. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he doesn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On the move. There to make the stop, and we played 3 in this one. So on 4th and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. Goes to the option. Saunters into the end zone for a touchdown. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Will take over 1st and 7.
The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Quarterback moving. He's going to take off. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Man, that used to just drive me nuts. I couldn't stand that. The quarterback drops back and pass, scrambles around. You got me chasing you all over the field, getting close to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Please stay in bounds. Let me get a little bit of a reward for all my running so I can just put some kind of hit on you. Nope. Steps out of bounds.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He'll come out throwing on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Brings up second down.
Didn't help themselves much on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 20. He's looking to throw. Finds the tight end. Good, solid tackle.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Shotgun snap on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch. Their physical pass defense, it brings up a fourth down.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. The completion well past the sticks. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Tulane right back to the line. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Coming after him. Slips a tackle. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. It is 3rd and long. Let's see what kind of arm he's got. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. The offense set for a first down play. Now on the option. The pitch. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They'll line up for a second down play.
Well, we saw the coaching staff on the sideline challenging this offensive line to end this game. They've got the lead late now, and they know they're going to continue trying to run the ball to ice it.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Off play action. Moves away as he feels pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. They want to get this defense on its heels.
Great players like this just do a good job of making you pay. And if you want to drop back and play coverage, that's fine. He can scramble around, buy time, beat you down the field, but if nothing's open, boom. I take it and easily get a 1st down, make a big play, just make it a headache for the defense.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Going for it all. He's got his man in the back of the end zone, but he was a little too far out of the back. It's incomplete. You got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you take that shot, and you stop the clock. Now, it's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm up, I'm going to run the football, but there is definitely a school of thought in nowadays where I'm putting up stats, and I'm keeping the pedal to the floor.
A shot toward the end zone. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
We've just seen in this game, the ball's just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
Got a man. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 2nd down, looking to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And what a return as he takes it back to the 8.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that 1st career INT, that big play, that big moment.
And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's 1st and goal. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And how about this? You get to start a drive with a 1st and goal. They run the reverse. And it's just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. And it'll be a touchdown. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. The home team has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. The away team is hanging in there, but they're going to need something to break their way, and soon. They're up by 10 over Fresno State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He'll pull it down and run. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. This is field position that you dream of. Yeah, I'll take it on the 2. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Karapateas. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Pulls it in on the left. And he's running in the open. Inside the 10. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the offense. And they do. Looking for a productive play on 1st down.
Let's go.
He wants to throw. Looking for the end zone. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser. Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. He's looking to throw. Dances away from the heat. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop.
And that's good enough for a 1st
Comes out throwing on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Good news is they didn't lose a ton of yards. The bad news is that's the third sack they've given up now in this game. They have got to do a better job protecting this quarterback.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Extending the play. Fires into the end zone. What a snag by the defense. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. Third and short from inside the 20. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking off. Going up top on first down. He's going up top here late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And they fight them to the bitter end, all the way down to putting some more numbers in the stat column, but they'll come up a little short as time expires. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
Got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.